What's up, people? Welcome to another episode of MMA Breakdowns and Bets. A little different this time. We're going remote. Even though we're in the same city and we hung out just last Friday, we are 15 minutes from each other, but we're still doing this remote. Welcome in the one and only Mike, Narcocop. How are you doing today?
What's up, Brandon? I'm doing well. I'm getting ready for this card. Actually, I really like the card from a perspective of good matchups and violence, actually, overall. But yeah, I'm doing well. We had some fun at LFA. Just a good time, man. A good time, and hopefully we do it again.
Man, it was funny. Like, we're sitting in the crowd of all of these people, and then just randomly in the same row, Eric, who's a member of your Discord, my Discord, comes and sits next to us. The fights are always awesome in person. Did you have a favorite fight of the night, the LFA?
Which one would be fight of the night? Because there was a lot of kind of lopsided fights for the most part. Which one would you say was I don't remember, honestly, because there was a lot of finishes.
Yeah, a lot of one-sided fights. The fight with Amari Sangsava and the Wonder Boy guy. Good fight.
Which is crazy because that was the biggest long shot of the entire card, and that happened to be the most competitive fight.
You know, I've never really seen it like on a local card. The MMA lab, like, you know, I'm retired from fighting now. I haven't really been at a gym like dedicated. You know, I'm at Siege still, but the lab is now the dominant gym in the state. And for them on the regional scene to go 4-4, that is, I've never seen that before in all my time. And I will say, congratulations to Christian Duncan. I will say I trained with that kid for years and years and years. He is so talented and by far one of the nicest human beings I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, I mean, dominating win for him, honestly, like completely dominated.
On a tough fight, the guy's tough.
Yeah, I was surprised actually how easily he dominated him with the grappling aspect of the fight.
Yeah, he's a stud wrestler, state champion in Hawaii. Like he's very, very good. Now, what's with the headband? Where are you coming from? Why you got the headband on?
Coming from the gym, working out, you know, doing a little kickboxing, Muay Thai stuff, and my son while he was doing wrestling and jiu-jitsu. So, yeah, I do a little bit of that, stay in shape at the ripe age of 49 going into 50. So, you need to do it, dude. You have to stay in shape at this point.
You got to stay in shape at every point. I went to the gym yesterday for the first time in weeks and weeks, months and months and months, and I rolled for the first time. And I got mat burns on my knee. It's like the first time ever, mat burns, since I was a white belt.
And you're like when I went to first jiu-jitsu class, my entire freaking feet were mat burned. It's brutal.
Yeah, it's a humbling feeling. It's like day one, right back in the mix.
Yep.
Now, let me ask this. So you've been training for a few years now, kickboxing. Has that helped you understand, like, when you're studying film better? Is it the same? Do you just get better by watching more and more? How do you think it's helped you?
I think the striking aspect of MMA, I'm pretty good. I would say I'm pretty good at, like, you know, when I diagnose guys that I think are good strikers or they have power. Kicking stuff, that's kind of new, like the last couple of years. The boxing aspect of it, it's always pretty good at, like, seeing who had good hands, good head movement, stuff like that. But the kicking aspect, yeah, I've learned a lot, man. Like, I didn't even know how to throw a kick. Like, I had no idea, right? And it's humbling because it's not that easy, man. It looks easy, but damn, kicking is not easy. Like these switch kicks, stuff like that, they look so easy when these guys do it. But man, that shit is not easy.
No, you know, it's funny. I've been training for 15 years. I've never thrown a head kick in my life. I've never had the flexibility to do it, the weight distribution. Just for some reason, like some people's bodies flow so much better at certain things than others. And kicking, I'm a devastating kicker, but only low kicks. And I have a great switch kick, but they're so tiring. I never throw them. It's just every layer to this game is something new, and you can be an expert in one small little portion. It's amazing to me.
You know what's crazy? I have a lot more respect for these guys that like Shara Bullet. Like, it's insane how he keeps his cardio throwing that many kicks throughout the fight, dude. And it's
again, it's people that are wired different. Some are just so much better with the hands, some with kicks. Look at a guy like Jonathan Martinez. He's a kicker.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited for these fights. I'm actually really curious to hear your take on some of these fights. So, you know, one thing that Santino and I talk about, and you know, you and I have talked about, you know, boxing versus punching. And that's a big theme. And I think for this card, when I was watching tape, I'm seeing a lot of people that punch decently, but they don't box well, and they take a lot of damage because of it. So I'm curious to hear your takes. I'm super excited to break this down with you. So let's get started with the first fight of the night. We have. Did you have any other stories? Anything else cool that you wanted to talk about at the start?
We will go into the narco vault in the future, and we will pull out some good police stories. I don't remember them all until I look at my actual, like, their awards, stuff like that, and it kind of breaks down the story of what happened. So then I'll remember everything.
I'm obsessed with stories like this. Like, half of my job is I just talk to old people and they tell me all kinds of crazy stories. But this is one for everybody else. So Santino was on Ultimate Fighter 2 times. So the first time they checked him and he had a brain aneurysm, so he couldn't fight. So he ended up coming back. Dana White was like personally like, yeah, I'm glad this kid is back. And this was young Santino. But every single night in the house, all the fighters that were on that season would crowd around Santino and they would say, all right, Santino, it's that time of night. Let's hear another Drew Fickett story. The amount of if you guys don't know Drew Fickett, look up Drew Fickett. And I'm still, I'm a part of all these groups on Facebook that's like looking for a fight, and they're trying to match people up. Drew Fickett at like 55 years old is calling out everybody. He's like, I'll fight this guy, that guy. I'm like, Drew, if the stories that I heard of you are true, nothing has changed. Lay it off, He's just one of the craziest human beings ever. Like, stories of pissing off roofs and getting Hecho en Mexico tattoos when he's a white guy and doesn't speak, English. Just amazing, amazing, amazing stories. So for me, when you start telling the cop stories, that's going to be my Santino and the Ultimate Fighter House stories.
I'll have some good ones. I have some really, really good ones from way back when I was probably 26, 27, young and hungry, and it was just an insane time. That the area where I worked was just littered with different gangs. Like, it was actually, we had the most different variety of gangs within one area in the entire city. We had like 32 at one point, different gangs within our area.
I don't want to shit on that point, but I'm a big believer in quality over quantity. You know what I mean?
Well, there was quantity there.
All right, let's get this thing started. I'm never excited for an English card. I mean, they're exciting and they're fun. They never go the way I expect them to go. All right. Sorry, I'm unprepared. And let's hope my internet's good. All right. Kicking off, first fight of the night. Oh, this is a banger for me. I am super excited for this one. We have Melissa Mullins, and she is plus 110 against Luana Carolina at minus 130. Mike, I'll give you the floor. Go ahead. What do you got on this one?
Yeah, so I kind of went back and forth on this one. I did a decent amount of tape on both girls. And what I came out with is I think Luana Carolina is kind of the side here. And here's my reasoning. I know that she's not the best grappler. I know that she can get sloppy at times, with her kicks, maybe get them caught. She slips on a banana peel, ends up on bottom. And I get that. And last fight, right, she got taken down, mostly ragdolled the entire fight against Michelle, right? But I kind of crossed that fight out. And the reason why I crossed that fight out is Michelle fought at 145 almost her entire career. She's a big, strong girl. She's a very, very good, like, heavy on top, good wrestler, right, when she gets you down. And I feel like it was a very bad matchup for Luana Carolina in general, right? But even in that fight, like, talking about all these things, right, she still managed to get up, 3 or 4 times against Michelle. Also, while she was on her feet, she dropped Michelle in round 2 with a nice straight left hand. And when I look at her career, I feel like, Pudilova, yes, she got her down. But she was also able to get back up. Lupita Godinez, who's a good grappler, obviously it was a weight class up. But again, she stuffed a lot of takedowns there, And the thing that I've noticed in this fight that I think is very, very important, by the way, is defense work, right? I feel like in space, right? In space, I don't think Mullins can get takedowns. Her wrestling is horrific in space. She needs to get you up against the fence, get a body lock, and then get those trips. She's good with them. I'll give her that. She's actually really good with her body lock trips. But Luana's also very good with the whizzer there, and she's tall, and she has very, very good knees in the clinch, which I think are going to bother a girl like Mullins, because Mullins doesn't like getting hit to the body. Like, forget about the knockout where she got hurt and then she got finished. Even in the fight prior to that, or the fight after that, somehow Daria hit her with something and like hurt her to the body. It was like a left hand to the body, and you could see her like slumping over. I'm like, what did she hit her with? I didn't even see the punch, So to me, it kind of looks like she's getting hurt to the body a lot. She doesn't like getting hit to the body. Karolina's a girl that throws kicks to the body. She throws those really good knees to the body in the clinch. And I think those things are going to give her a lot of trouble. There was even a fight with Luana where she had a beautiful step in knee against Storyalenko. Beautiful step in knee to the body. Storyalenko took it pretty damn well, but I don't think Mullins can take that type of knee, like that type of step in knee when she's going in for a takedown. So on the feet, I don't think it's close because Mullins is a punching bag on the feet, man. She doesn't have much power. Every fight, the optics of her face is busted up, swollen, bleeding. And I think Karolina actually hits pretty hard for WMMA. And I love her straight left hand. It's a straight shot. It's very good. She was kind of tagging up Michelle in the beginning of the fight until she got taken down, right? She was talking shit to her and stuff like that. But obviously I know the downside here. I know the fact that if Mullins gets on top, it could potentially be the round. It could potentially be a finish. I don't think she finishes Karolina, honestly. I think she's competent. Even though she's been finished before, Molly McCann with that spinning elbow, I still think she's competent on bottom. She's not clueless. She's been against good jiu-jitsu girls on bottom, like Storyalenko, who's very good on top. She didn't get finished. You know what I'm saying? She even actually got up. So I get it. Mullins has good ground and pound. She's IBJJF, God knows what, jiu-jitsu champion and stuff like that. But her fight IQ is terrible, man. That's the other thing about Mullins is that fight IQ is fucking god-awful. So, for all those reasons, UFC experience as well. Luana Karolina faced the better girls, I just think she's the side here against Mullins. And I get it. Mullins is the hometown girl and stuff like that, but I don't really rate her that high, to be honest.
Why is Luana sticking at 135? Do you know why that is?
I think she had a tough weight cut couple fights ago, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, against Storyalenko.
She had a tough weight cut too.
Well, she missed weight there by 3 pounds.
So maybe it's the UFC's choice.
So she missed weight there, and then Pudilova, obviously she made weight, but then if you look, the Montana De La Rosa fight, it got pulled because she had weight issues. She couldn't cut weight, and that fight got pulled on fight day. So then the UFC's like, move on up. This
for me, I think she's not going to win another fight in the UFC. I think 135 is the wrong weight class for her. And you're right. I think she's a fine grappler. She's decent. I mean, she's a strong chick and she's good on top, but she has no complete game. She doesn't have any striking on the feet. She was a complete bot. The thing I do like about Mullins, I think she has actually good jiu-jitsu. I know you said, she's not so good. One thing she does do in the open that is actually kind of nice, she hit a nice little inside trip. And that shows me that's not a day one kind of move. An inside trip is really hard to execute, right? Because you have to load up on the hip, you have to change directions at the right time, push them over the leg. And she hit that and executed it nice. My issue with Luana Karolina, and the people that watch this show, they know I love Luana Karolina. I love her. I call her the female Anderson Silva. And if you watch her, I'm just saying there's some similarities. But I don't like her at this weight class, and I don't like her takedown defense from the last fight. The thing for me is before she was in a weight class where she was always the tall girl. So girls taking her down, I mean, they don't have the wrestling acumen to actually figure out how to take down a tall girl. All you have to do is bounce on a foot, have good balance, and you're going to stay up a lot of times. This new weight class, these girls are able to get down on her, lock their arms around her. They're bigger, they're stronger. I don't know if on the feet it's actually as far apart as maybe that you're saying. Mullins has a decent jab, decent straight punches. I think overall she's going to get picked apart and worn down if it stays any duration on the feet. The thing I like about Luana is she throws those front kicks to the body, like you said. She's really, really good at short shots and kind of picking you apart. But the biggest thing is I just don't think she has enough power to hurt Mullins. And when Mullins gets going forward and she gets a little rhythm, she's kind of nasty. She'll put punches together. She will mix in wrestling. It's not amazing, but it's something. And I think you said it right. One takedown is probably the round. I like Mullins' top game. And this is crazy. I don't know if you knew this, but she's actually Juliana Miller's second cousin.
That's actually good news for me.
No, I'm just kidding. But she's like a trailer park, like an English trailer park. Like she's tough. She's a tough, $2 steak. I like Mullins to get it done here. I think she's got too many ways to win. I don't think the gap is big enough on the feet, but I think the size is going to be significant. If Mullins has nothing else, it is just a big body that's going to be there. I like Mullins, and not like I'm going to die on this hill, but I think I like her for the win here.
Yeah, I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's kind of a low-level fight. It's not – but I think both girls actually have not the best IQ. Even Carolina's kind of weird with her IQ at times.
She gets around on vibes a lot of times, just on vibes.
Yeah.
All right, next up, what do we have? Let's see. All right, next up we have Shanelle Dyer versus Ravena Oliveira. Now, this one, Mike, I'm super curious on your thoughts. I'll go first on this one. For me, I think Dyer's going to win. I think the price is insane. This is what I was talking about as far as the boxing versus punching. She leads with her chin out a lot, Dyer does. Her face is always right here, and that's why she's getting touched so much. And the other thing is when her weight is so far forward, she can't really move her head side to side. So she's really good at punching and jabbing. She's extremely athletic. I think her wrestling is super poor, and her timing is kind of even worse. But Ravena is awful with distance. She has no clue how to actually engage, get close, touch people. She's an athletic body. She's got some reflexes, but I think this is Dyer's time to shine. And when, again, she doesn't have someone who's going to pressure her, I think she can kind of pick her shots. I think Shanelle is going to win, but I still think the price is a lot for this one.
I'm right there with you with this one, to be honest. I know a lot of people, like Dyer. I think she's going to have a massive speed advantage. I will say that for sure, because when you look at a girl like Oliveira, like she even fought at 35 that first fight. And now she's, obviously she shouldn't be fighting there. She's too small. Props to her, honestly. Like she got a takedown against that girl and did well in round 3 against the 35er. Like she's not a 35er, that's for sure. No. Maybe 25er, maybe. I don't know. She's fighting at 15 now and seems to be making weight fine. So that's fine and dandy. I will say that, like, Dyer is good. I like her striking. I think she mixes up the kicks really well. Her kicks are amazing.
Her kicks are the best part, I think.
Her kicks are amazing. Very fast. That lead leg high kick, whipped it right up there. Bang. Like so fast. Those are hard to execute with that amount of speed. She does it really well. You could just tell she's probably done this her entire life, either karate or kickboxing or something, because her kicking game is really good. She has nice calf kicks, really, really good calf kicks. But one thing, I don't know if you saw this on tape. I saw it because I think I've seen it in many of her fights. She looks incredible in round 1 with her speed and accuracy and movement, and it tapers off very bad in rounds 2 and 3. I don't know why. Maybe because of all the kicking that she does, she kind of tires out a little bit. Her head stays on the center line all the time. She's not moving as much anymore. But if you watch round 1 against Foro in the beginning.
And remember, we picked Foro. Both of us, we did that breakdown. And we both loved Foro in that spot.
Beautiful movement, beautiful head movement. She's moving, she's circling, kicking, moving out of range. I'm like, damn, she looks good. And then towards the end of that round, Foro started pressuring a little more, landing more. And then round 2, it was all that movement was completely fucking gone. It was crazy. And just Foro just kept landing on her. And then at that point, she's just like, I guess I have to stand and trade,
Well, when you're so used to being an athletic freak and no one is near your skill level, I mean, it's so easy. But then, we talk about this all the time, is being in range just enough to make them uncomfortable. You're not really in like punching range. You're just like a hair outside, but you just are here and you don't move. And there's actually a fight. It's the co-main event. I feel is going to be the same way because there's so many people that have great offense when they can lead the dance. But you can tell this is where, again, they're not boxers. Shanelle's not a boxer. She's not covering. She's not rolling out. She's not closing distance forward. Everything is just leaning back. And that's how she's taking all these shots because her defense isn't good.
And here's the thing, forget about that last, the fight against Foro, because Foro hits hard. She's a pressure
She's
fighter.
very good. Very good.
Yeah. I will say all of her punches are hooks, though. They're not really up the middle. They're not straight punches, and she just kept landing those hooks against Dyer, right? You watch the Scatizzi fight. She's lighting up Scatizzi in round 1. What happens in rounds 2 and 3? The same thing I just mentioned. The fight gets razor close because Scatizzi just walking her down and she's not doing the same movement. Her head she's getting clipped left, right, and center. And Scatizzi's not a good fighter, and it was a split. This is 2 fights ago, man. So it's like, you're absolutely right. Minus 500 now?
On a UFC debut.
Is Scatizzi better than Oliveira? I don't think so.
I think Scatizzi is style-wise for her because the reason, I don't know about you, but the reason I chose Foro in that fight was because of the Scatizzi fight. I don't think Scatizzi's a world beater, but she moves forward. People who have watched this show, they always laugh. And I don't know if you've seen this video. So on Ravena Oliveira's Instagram, she has this video that she cut up and she put together. And I just laugh because it's like the can't be touched, can't be. It's like a highlight clip. And it's just her dodging a punch and then throwing one that misses. It doesn't even land. It doesn't hit. And she put a highlight tape together. And I'm laughing. I always make fun of her for it, but that does go as a good explanation. She doesn't have a clue about distance. She's just, for me, she's not going to go get Shanelle. And Shanelle's faster. She will move enough. That Scatizzi girl was a forward pressure little meatball. Sure. That's the difference for me.
I will say, though, she does have a good one, too, man. Right up the pipe. It's good. For women's MMA, her 1-2 is she landed it on this last girl a bunch, the 1-2. And she also landed it against her debut against Lisboa, but the last fight against Luciano, she landed quite a bit of the 1-2s, man. She has pop in her hands. I could tell you, her right hand has decent pop, I'm telling you.
You can tell her body's thick like that.
And the other thing is, Dyer's chin is, I know she's tough. She took a lot from Foro, but it's sketchy to me because Scatizzi hurt her. This girl's been finished by Shauna Bannon, of all people, in the amateurs.
All right, let's have some respect. That's a world champion you're talking about.
That's a little scary for me, But I think she's gonna win. Don't get me wrong. I think the UFC are trying to set her up for a win here against someone that she should beat. She's gonna be much faster. She's more technical. I even think that she might even be able to get this girl down, honestly. She has some decent takedowns.
They are not good entries. She shoots from halfway across the cage. And the other thing is on her shots, this is how I know she doesn't know technical wrestling. She shoots in a horrible shot. She shoots with bad posture. When they sprawl, she tries to cut the corner, but she doesn't actually commit to cutting the corner. So then she just has to rely on horsepower to drive them over. And it's okay at PFL level, but now we're talking UFC. Even Ravena, I don't think she's good, but she's probably heavy hips. You can tell.
Yeah, and I mean, she's built solid upper body, like you said. Would I be shocked if she rocked Dyer in this fight? I swear I wouldn't. I think that straight right hand down the pipe can definitely rock Dyer. She caught Luciano is tough as hell, and she caught Luciano with some really, really big shots in that fight with the straight 1-2, multiple times.
I mean, that is a big case for this fight because Luciano is a way, way better striker, and she's just phenomenal.
Yeah,
I got to tell you
again. I think Dyer wins. I'm not going to make a case for – I just think 500 is crazy. I would never lay 500 on Dyer.
Never.
I just wouldn't.
All right, both of us are on Dyer. I got to tell you, this is refreshing because we started with 2 women's fights, and Santino doesn't do the women's fights. So all the viewers, you guys are getting some extras tonight. But that being said, we spent way too long on some women's fights. Let's move on to the next one. We have Shem versus Abdul Al-Selwady. Abdul Al-Selwady is, let me find it. This is a very close line. He is. Abdul is minus 121, and Shem Rock is plus 101. What say you on this one?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the more complete fighter here is Al-Selwady, no doubt. There's no questions about it. Like, he's a better wrestler, he's a better striker, better footwork. I mean, all things MMA related, he's better outside of maybe pure jiu-jitsu, right? I think pure jiu-jitsu, it's probably close, even that. Like, I don't even know if it's a complete one-sided affair in jiu-jitsu, right? Because Selwady, he's done that competition against Islam Reda, who's known to be one of the best grapplers in the Middle East. I know it's the Middle East, but when I look at a guy like Shamrock, he had a lot of trouble with that late replacement guy, Attila Korkmaz, right? Attila Korkmaz took that fight on like 2 days or 1 day or something really short notice, and they had to make it a catchweight of like 160. And you could see Korkmaz is usually he's cut up, ripped, six-pack. Dude has like a beer belly almost, like showing up to his fight. And it becomes a split decision because Shamrock can't really get him down or control him because I don't think he's the best wrestler. Talk about shots that look ugly. There were some ugly looking shots he took against
let's
Aaliyah.
have Shanelle, Dyer, and Shem Rock put on some singlets, and let's see who comes out on top.
Yeah, exactly. But
I'll choose black athleticism.
The problem for Shamrock is like his striking is not good. All he has is like this kicking game. He's throwing like multiple kicks, and then he'll throw like one punch at a time. He doesn't move his head whatsoever. I mean, every single fight, he never moves his head. It's like a punching bag. And Evloev, like, I understand he's undefeated. He's pretty good. But the guy is not, in every fight of his, all he does is wrestle and grapple. And all of a sudden, in this fight, he's Floyd Mayweather. Like, just absolutely lighting this guy up on feet. I'm like, and I was shocked when I watched it live. I'm like, what's going on here? Evloev is not even shooting. Because I thought maybe he's going to shoot and do his normal thing, try to get
I thought that was the whole fight. I was so confident.
And then just lighting him up. Shamrock's face all busted, hurting him multiple times in that fight. That's a big red flag for me, man. Like, Evloev shouldn't be doing that to you on the feet. Like, he's an undefeated fighter, but 99% of his wins are fucking ground, getting on top of you and doing work, right? And he doesn't even do a lot of work on top, but he wins fights, right? Al-Selwady's issue is he's been out for 2 years.
And I wanted your opinion on this. He's like opening his own gym in his garage and just training by himself.
So I saw a little bit of Fortis stuff. I don't know if you saw that. He was at Fortis for a little bit. It seems like he's traveling a lot. Like, he did that grappling competition as well for, what is that, Fight to Win or one of those local ones. He did that recently. That made me a little confident that he's probably not hurt anymore, because he just did a competition like 2 months ago. He wouldn't probably do it if he was hurt, right? So he does that competition. He does well in it. The Loic fight, when I went back and watched it, he actually didn't look that bad. It was 1-1 going into round 3.
So I had Selwady. I thought, man, he looked good. That was a great bet. Until he died. And then when I rewatched it, I actually thought he looked awful. Awful.
Well, he got hurt early in round 1, right? He was winning round 1 up until he got hurt.
I didn't think he was winning. He was so slow in the first round. He almost, if you rewatch, he looked scared in the first round. It wasn't until round 2 where he was like.
He definitely won the second round easily.
For sure.
And the momentum. He was coming on in the third round, and then he got clipped and killed, right? But Loic is massive, bro. He looked like fucking huge in that. I don't know what was going on. I did he miss weight for that fight, Loic? Because he usually misses weight a lot.
But Loic's not a tall guy, though. That's the big difference in this fight. He's not a tall guy, and Shem is huge.
So Wadi's 5'8". He's small.
Hey, come on, that's not small. 5'7" and up is
for lightweight. Perfect. For lightweight is kind of small.
There we go.
I just feel like, to be honest, like, I know this guy's been knocked out multiple times, right? 4 times, whatever. One was I kind of like that knee and the spinning back elbow. It's like, I don't know how much to gauge that as being bad chin. The Loic one, obviously, he got clipped on the temple, it looked like, and he knocked him out. But Loic hits so much harder than this fucking guy. Shamrock has no power in his hands, bro. Like, he just doesn't. All of the power is in his kicks. You know, he's got decent kicks. I just think Selwadi's the better overall fighter here. If he's not compromised and he comes in shape, he's got the cardio. Like, he's got good 3-round cardio. I don't think Shem can out-cardio him. Shem looked kind of tired. I know he got on top of Evloev in round 3, but Evloev quickly got out of it, kicked off the cage, got out of it, got up, no problem. So I think Al-Selwady honestly can, even if he gets taken down, I think he can scramble up. He's pretty strong guy, and I think he knows he's not a bum on the mat. So I know the Michael Murphy fight was kind of a bad look where it was reversals, a lot of reversals and stuff like that. But I just feel like standing, this fight is not close. Like footwork-wise, Selwady has actually a good jab for a short guy. He throws it up really, really well, and he seems like he has long arms. I don't know like the reach and stuff, but it just seemed like he had long arms fighting Loic, throwing that jab up. So yeah, I like Selwady here, honestly. I think this guy is all talk, this Shamrock guy, and even his wins in the regional, like an octagon and stuff, I don't really rate a lot of these wins. Like he went to a draw against that Brazilian dude. Just didn't really do much. Kind of got out grappled until that Lima guy gassed. He gassed really bad, that Lima guy. And then you look at the Nathan Kelly. I know it's like 4 or 5 years ago, but he got put out cold against the fence against Nathan Kelly. So yeah, I mean, I like Al-Selwady. I think he's the more well-rounded fighter here.
I agree with you. I've always been a big Al-Selwady fan. He's got solid fundamentals. The guy can wrestle. But my biggest thing is he's been out of competition for 2 years. And UFC jitters are a big deal, but especially when you're going to an arena in London, it's a big deal. The nerves, the adrenaline dump, that's a real deal thing for me. And on the other side, I totally agree with you. I think Al-Selwady is better everywhere. And I hate these long jiu-jitsu guys that fall all over the place and can't wrestle. It drives me crazy. But when I was looking back, watching the Al-Selwady versus Loic, and it pains me every time because you're right. He was building momentum. I was counting my money. He was like minus 1,000 and gets flatlined, right? But he looked really slow in the first round to me. And I think you said it right. Like Shamrock doesn't have good hands and no power, but good kicks. I think, honestly, he's going to just touch him, play at range, just fill the space with kicks and just bullshit volume. I don't think he hurts Al-Selwady, but I do think the jiu-jitsu is a danger. And here's the other thing that happens a lot of times is with these guys, if they think that his only path to victory is through jiu-jitsu, sometimes he won't wrestle. He won't get on top. And then we're talking about a striking fight. And I don't know, Al-Selwady's just been gone for so long. It's not like his style is like he's got a process. It's kind of moving and reactionary and a lot of touching. I'm going to pick Shamrock. I don't love it, and I agree with you. Again, I think Al-Selwady in a vacuum, if they sparred 100 rounds in the gym, he's going to win 95 out of 100. But something just about being in England, Shamrock, the throwing the kicks, just the length, the weird jiu-jitsu, just the craftiness, and getting on top of Evloev is something. I mean, that guy is an ox, and his striking is getting better. Again, I hate to say it. I'm going to go Shamrock, but I don't love this one. All right, let's move on to the next one. It's just so many that are hard to go for. All right. Next up, we have Louie Sutherland versus Brando Peričić. Louie is, let's see what he is. He's plus 220, and then the Balkan Bear, Brando Peričić, is minus 270. I think I like the dog in this one. And I don't know what you're going to say. We haven't talked about this, but, I watched a lot of Brando Peričić leading up to the last fight. I thought that last guy was not UFC caliber. I think we all kind of knew how that fight was going to go. The dude is aggressive, man. I mean, he hits so hard. He is pretty technical, and he's huge. My issue with him is I think he gives so much gas right from the start. Everything is kill or be killed. Every wrestling transition, every striking transition, everything is all gas. Louie Sutherland, I get that he's fat and he's kind of a weird looking guy, but he's a decent boxer. He's got decent heavy hands. He moves his head decently well. He's never been knocked out. Then even in his fight against Slim Troublesi, who is a much, much, much better wrestler, at least he's going for stand-ups. He's showing decent cardio. I mean, if he gets out of round one and he's still standing, I don't know how the rest of the fight's going to go. He is still the hometown guy, right? Brando's got a long flight from Australia. There's a lot of factors going into this one. At plus 220 for a guy that's got decent boxing, never been knocked out, I can't see Brando putting together a 15-minute grappling game plan. And if he does, I think he's going to get too tired. I like the guy that's proven he can go 15 solid minutes, got decent boxing, decent awareness. And I think that last fight was so hard to actually get a gauge from. Like a guy who drops for a heel hook. I mean, that's hard. That's a tough one. So I like Louie Sutherland as an underdog here.
Yeah, I'm not going to go too long here. But you know, in that fight, Louie Sutherland versus Walker, he broke Walker's leg with a calf kick, with a low kick. Yeah. It's all over. Like, yeah, he literally, you could hear it snap. It was a hard low kick, and I will tell you, Louie Sutherland has amazing low kicks for a big guy, dude. Like very, very fast. I was shocked when I taped him. I'm like, where did these come from? And he does them in every fight. I'm like, wow, this guy is he's a pretty athletic heavyweight. He's moving.
He's an athletic fat guy. I love it.
Athletic fat guy. Unbelievable. His movement is actually pretty damn good. I think defensively, he's not bad. His hands are up. He moves.
Always high guard. Yeah.
He moves pretty well. He was making Walter Walker very uncomfortable on the feet. He landed those big calf kicks. He obviously hurt his leg. Then he landed a big overhand right on Walter Walker, which made Walter Walker shoot at that point. That's when he got on top. But like Louis, I love that he has dog in him, bro. Like he has, like you watched that Slim fight and how Slim was just trying to ragdoll him and he kept getting up and kept making Slim work. And even the Babley fight, same shit.
That's a good heavyweight, that guy.
Yeah, and he's an athletic heavyweight, and he kept getting up against these guys, you know? So when I look at that and I look at the level of opposition, which is very important to me in this fight, Brando Peričić is fighting these guys in New Zealand and Australia heavyweights, very, very bad. The one guy that had a pulse submitted him in round two. Why
did he submit him? Because he went batshit crazy, gassed himself out. That's it.
But, you mentioned something about grappling. I think Louie can get on top, not Brando. I don't think Brando can wrestle for shit.
He's just big and aggressive.
I just don't think he's a good enough. Like, he's not going to drop down to like maybe like a body lock, something from that area. I don't know.
Are we working on a little underdog collab play? Is that what we're feeling on this one?
Yeah, 100%. I think this line's way off, honestly.
Shit, let's go.
You got a guy with one round of gas tank proven. The one time he went out of round one, he got submitted. He looked god-awful. He fought a guy in his UFC debut that has no business being this guy that he fought, by the way, he's a cop. And he's only been doing MMA for like 3 or 4 years. Like the guy.
Did you pull his record? What kind of cop is he? Good or bad?
He's probably a good cop. Elisha Ellison, he's a good cop. But yeah, like he's just fought very low level guys. He only has, he started his professional career as far in MMA in 2019, and you look, and the guy only has 6 fights in 20. I mean, 7 years he's got 6 fights. So he's not fighting a lot. He's very aggressive. He has power for sure because what's that one kid from City Kickboxing that's he has like blondish hair. He's a kickboxer. He's really good striker. The newer guy from City Kickboxing. He has got like blonde hair.
Navajo Sterling?
Navajo Sterling.
Oh.
Navajo Sterling said that, he said that this guy, he's never been hit harder in his life in kickboxing, anything like he's been
I remember
hit,
that. Yeah.
Right? So he said he has a ton of power. It kind of shows. I do think he has a ton of power, but
the way he clubs guys, that's like significant. Like that's serious
power, for sure. And then, but the one thing I don't like about him, and if you look in the Ellison fight, instead of defending takedowns, he's always trying to punch you, elbow. I don't think that stuff is going to work against Louie because Louie will get you down then if you do stuff like that.
Yep.
And then if he's on bottom, I mean, maybe he tries to Balkan bear his way out potentially, but I think Louie is like the better wrestler of the two. I think Louie is the more proven cardio. He's faced better level of opposition. Yeah. Could he get knocked out early? Sure. I mean, it's heavyweight, right? Anybody. But I also think I've never seen this guy take punches. How about if Louie lands a big overhand on him? Louie looks like
Louie's got hands, man. He's got hands.
So plus 230. Oh, that's last thing. He just got to London yesterday, bro. You know how long the flight was? 35 hours.
Okay, let me tell you guys this.
And hold on, one last thing before you tell people. It's an 11-hour time difference. So night is when it's nighttime in fucking New Zealand, it's daytime over here, and vice versa.
I've been going back and forth to Europe quite a bit. It takes me 2 weeks before my sleep is any type of regulated by then. 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks. And I have to take sleeping pills and work on the whole thing. I'm excited about this one. Louie Sutherland, that's a collab play, a big old underdog. That's a juicy one. I love that spot. I get nervous, especially when I come on the pod with, someone that I don't do it with all the time. And I present this big underdog and I'm making a case. And I'm like, man, I'm going to get destroyed by him or in the comments. One of these is coming. But no, I like this one. All right. Next up, we have Antonio Trócoli versus Mantas Kondratavičius. Oh my God, these are insane names. Trócoli is plus 400 and Mantas is minus 575 according to Tapology. Mike, why don't you kick this one off? Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Trócoli, I think, is just playing out his contract, to be fair. He's obviously playing a bunch. I mean, all his entire Instagram is poker, bro. I play poker. He's really into it. People don't like these cappers that they're looking, oh, he's a professional poker player, this and that. But people don't understand the level. You could be a professional poker player, smaller level, bigger level, right? I don't think this guy's one of those elite poker players. No. The thing that makes him more of a professional poker player is that he's part of GG, which is the biggest poker site in the entire world, right? They own the WSOP now, and he's sponsored by them. He's Team GG Brazil. That means he's traveling all types of places playing poker tournaments.
Mike, do you know what's crazy about that? And not a lot of people know this. He was dead broke asking Mackenzie for loans and money. This is while he's in the UFC. And everything that he was doing in poker was all fake. He was never a winner. He had $0 in his bank account at all these poker tournaments.
This is before he got into this GG and he started. The thing is, Brazilians, poker blew up in Brazil the last 10 years. It blew up completely. It wasn't like that before. Nobody knew Brazilians as good poker players back in the day. There was only a few.
We know they like to gamble, though.
There was only a few of them. Now, Brazil is known as one of the best countries with poker players. They're very aggressive and they're good, right? And there's a lot of good ones, good high-level pros. And what he did is hook up with one of the very good high-level pros. And he so he hooked up with him and he coached him, obviously. I don't know for sure, but he definitely coached him. And he just got better. And now he just hit a big score. I'm seeing 125K. He's making money. So, yeah, I mean, the other guy, Mantas, is a little crazy aggressive. He has a lot of power. If he lands one, probably he's going to knock out Trócoli. And the only thing is his aggressiveness. Trócoli might just sell out because he knows maybe this is his last fight. Maybe just sell out for a sub, try to get this guy down. And he's long. He's very, very long. And then maybe somehow get a submission on this dude because this guy has been submitted before. It's been a while. But, yeah, I mean, dude, I'm looking at this. All he does is playing poker, man. 19 weeks ago, poker tournament. There's another one, another poker tournament. His whole freaking Instagram is poker, bro. So it's
I know a lot about him behind the scenes just because of, ties and stuff. Yeah. He was not training for almost any of the fights that he ever accepted. Was not training once a week kind of thing. Let's move on past this. Are you picking Mantas or Trócoli?
Yeah, I'm picking Mantas, and I honestly under is probably really good here. I don't think so too. He's either gonna sell out to finish maybe early or just get killed.
And Mantas isn't a guy like Shara. He's not going to work his way in. That dude is going to touch him. And I don't think Trócoli doesn't like getting hit. He really doesn't. I think the second you show him the door, he's ready for it.
Who in the history of the UFC has been submitted by standing guillotine choke back-to-back fights? Has there ever been? I don't think so.
That is a crazy stat. He came, he saw, he conquered, he put his name in the record books.
And
not many can say that.
And out of all people, it's Tresean Gore. Okay, fine, he has a little bit of a tight squeeze. And then it's Mansour Abdul Malik. Like, come on, bro.
Getting submitted by two black guys back-to-back is wild.
No comment.
All right, next up, we have Mario Pinto versus Felipe Franco. Mario is getting to some crazy prices, but according to Tapology, he's minus 550. And I'm going to say this. This is his nickname. I will say this. Felipe Negao is plus 390. You told me earlier you didn't put too much time into this one. Franco's fine. I think he's okay as a grappler, but we saw him exposed pretty bad on Contender Series. I think both of us maybe had picked Vidal in that fight. No, we didn't. I think we were like, we'll still pick the juicy Brazilian. But Pinto's really good, man. He's super, super good. I mean, if we saw Vidal take Franco to the brink, that wasn't that long ago. I mean, it was less than a year ago. All the steroids in the world aren't going to help you fix that kind of fight style. I like Pinto. I think he's going to knock him out.
Yeah, I mean, I think so too. They're bringing this guy on very short notice, up a weight class. That's another thing. He fights at 205. He's fighting at heavyweight versus a bigger guy here. Pinto actually very good game plan. That's what I like about Pinto, right? He in Dana White's Contender Series, right? He looked good, knocked the guy out. But the second fight against Austin Lane, he looked awful. He got dropped. You remember? He almost got finished by Austin Lane, right? Came back, obviously finished Austin Lane round 2. But now he faced another guy in a striker, in Johanito Diniz, right? He's like, I just got dropped last fight. This guy's probably a bigger hitter than Austin Lane. What am I going to do? Grapple. Actually, looked pretty fucking good in the grapple.
Yeah, he looks solid.
I was like, where the hell did he get this from? Because the guy is kind of athletic for heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? And he's got good boxing. He's got very good hands. Don't get me wrong. Can he just absolutely box up Felipe Franco? Yeah. I mean, that's what he's going to do because I feel like the IQ is good. You know, he knows what Franco's good at. He knows Franco's better in jiu-jitsu than he is potentially. So he's going to be like, this guy is not a good striker. All he does is throw big overhands. His striking is not good. I'm just going to piece him up on the feet. And he's much smaller than me, right? So, I think Pinto's probably going to KO this guy early, to be honest. Maybe it goes into round 2 because Franco could potentially clinch him up, maybe a takedown. I don't know. I don't think he's going to do much with the takedown. Like, watching that Vidal fight, I don't know. I'm like, Vidal is not UFC level fighter, man. Like he won a fight. He finished a fight. Sorry. When have you seen a guy finish a fight and not get a contract? Only Vidal.
Especially dramatic like that.
Yeah. So I don't know. Franco looked awful in that round 3. The way he got choked, so embarrassed. Like he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and the way he got choked with, I don't think there was any hooks, right? It was like on the side or something, and he got choked. How the fuck are you a jiu-jitsu black belt? Like, it's embarrassing.
Not all black belts are the same. Just know that.
Yeah.
Not all black belts are the same.
Yeah, but I mean, I think they're giving Pinto a layup here, to be honest. Like, he's minus 900 now, by the way. He probably wins 9 out of 10 times, maybe.
Yeah, guy's a super stud.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to some real fights. This one, I'm actually really curious what you think on this one. Next up, we have Nathaniel Wood at plus 155, and we have Hussein Kita at minus 180. Where do you go on this one? What's your thoughts here?
Man, prior to tape, I'm like, man, I'm probably gonna lay it with Kita. Because I remember him from Octagon, and I know he's really good and dynamic. But then when I went into tape, like a couple of things bothered me about him. He's a freak athlete. I probably one of the most freakish athletes I've ever seen in the UFC. Like, absolute freak. Very good cardio, nonstop. Fucking that footwork is so good and so fast, right? But man, his striking is not, like, you could say whatever you want. His striking is not very good. He's throwing way too wide, and he never likes to throw straight shots. Everything is wide and loopy. And dude, he gets countered because of that a lot, right? I'm worried a little bit because Wood is a very, very good counter striker. So he's very fast. And you throw those big loopy punches, he's going to just step back and catch you, you know? And so you got to be careful. But on the other hand, right, Wood is normally the much faster guy against all these guys he's faced, right? He you know, I've bet against Wood and been burned, right? Against Morgan Charrier. I'm like, okay, Morgan Charrier, this is the matchup he's going to lose, right? It opened my eyes because he was way faster than Morgan Charrier, just countering him like crazy. Bang, 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 bang. Charrier is like, what the fuck is hitting me? You know, he's like way slower than him, right? Even in the Delgado fight, you could see the speed advantage for Wood. He's just much faster. His hands are faster. He's just a faster guy. The problem is he's not the faster guy here. That's the issue for him. He's not the faster guy. He's not the bigger guy. He's not the harder hitter. It's so many things are against him in this fight, right? Am I going to lay minus 230? I don't think so, because Wood is a very, very good fighter. When I know he's been dropped and people are saying, well, he got dropped and, you know, he could absolutely get killed here because Keita swings from the hip. Like, everything is huge power. He's got nasty body shots, by the way, like really, really nasty body shots. But I'm telling you right now, he's there to be clipped. And against good technical guys, they're going to catch you. They're going to absolutely catch you. Sardari is not known for good striking. He hurt him 2 different times in round 2 in that fight. I don't know if you watched that fight. But Agi Sardari hurt Keita very bad in round 2. It was 1-1 going into round 3 in that fight. So what I'm saying is, when he faces good counter strikers that are very good, and you're throwing these big loopy overhands and stuff like that, you're going to get caught, man. Like, he's just so much better than a lot of these guys that he's fought. And the other thing is, he's a cheat code when it comes to athleticism. That's the thing. Like, he's throwing these big loopy shots, but he's following them up with like crazy other like shots coming. Like, you don't even know where the fucking punches are coming from. So he is a madman. He has a ton of power, man. Like, just the way he throws, it's not even like he has heavy hands. It's how much he puts into his shots. You know, everything is thrown with all his entire body. So, and he doesn't seem to tire out, which is insane to me, the way he throws, you know, the movement, he's a very good fighter. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to talk down about his fighting skills. Like, he's really good. Obviously he could get taken down, but he pops right back up again. He's an athletic cheat code. He gets taken down. These good grapplers are on top, and he just gets an underhook and just like flops up right away. I'm like, how is he doing this? So, yeah, I mean, his only loss is not even really a loss. Like, he injured his foot and he lost. He's pretty much dominated almost all of these fights I've watched. Outside of the Sardari fight, I don't think any of these fights have been competitive, dude. Like, none. He's dominating them. And that's the only fight that was, and that Sardari guy is good. Don't get me wrong. He's a good fighter. Like, he's no joke. I think that was Sardari's last loss, actually. He's 21-5. That was his last loss, you know? So he's not like a pushover. I'm not saying, but what he did to Peričić too, oh my goodness.
That was insane.
Just absolutely destroyed him, you know? He was too fast for Peričić too. And Peričić is a huge 55er, like very, very big. And now he's fighting at 45. Like, what if he lands those shots he landed on Peričić against Wood? He might kill him. So, I'm gonna go with Keita. And the other thing is, if you heard Nathaniel Wood's interview, it was very like weird. You know, he was like, "Oh, I don't know why this guy is moving back down to 45. He looked good at 55." Almost like he didn't even want to fight him, dude. It sounded so weird. And meanwhile, this Louis Keita is saying, like, the UFC kept giving him guys in the top 15, and every single one of them did not want to fight him. and up until, finally Wood said yes. The UFC is they like this guy for sure, bro. They were giving him top 15 guys and they all denied it. So they want to speed run this guy. And I honestly think it's worth it because he's a very exciting fighter.
I wish for this fight. So I agree with everything you're saying. Nathaniel Wood to me is like one of the best fighters on the planet. Just skill for skill, the kid is amazing. There's nothing he doesn't do. Like amazing. He's an amazing wrestler, amazing jiu-jitsu. I think he's just phenomenal. That being said, I mean, you just have intangibles like Lucien Keita, his reaction time. You know how I see this fight going, honestly, is I think Keita touches him, Nathaniel fires back, and then Keita just check left hook from hell. Like you said, he hits these crazy angles. That's the thing. And he's got such big power. And like you said, every shot. Yeah, I actually saw a couple straight shots that I thought were phenomenal. And I think that's where Nathaniel Wood doesn't see him. He's very good at catching stuff around the edges, using his feints and head movement. But it's just when things come too fast down the center that they always catch him. I don't put a lot on the Delgado fight. I mean, that was a spinning back fist. It was kind of random. But I think Keita's going to hurt him. I just think this fight, you have 15 minutes to not get hurt. Nathaniel Wood is hurt in every single fight, and that impacts the judging a lot. Even if Keita doesn't put him out and he has moments, he's so fast, so dynamic. I mean, that guy is – this sucks. I love these guys, both of them.
One important aspect, I went as far back as to look to see who is actually the fastest guy he's faced, right? And it was John Dodson. You have to go back to John Dodson from a speed aspect, being a striker, like Dodson is. It was Dodson, and you could see Dodson with the speed caught him in round 3. He's just not going to have that in his pocket in this fight, being the faster guy, being the guy with faster hands. He doesn't have that here. So I think that's the one thing that has helped him a lot, Brandon, at 45, is the fact that he's faster than all these guys, at 45. He's not faster here. That's the issue. And he's not going to hit harder. And I think he's at a big disadvantage here against Keita.
Just on the hardware.
And yeah, on hardware alone, the athleticism. I mean, he's athletic. Don't get me wrong. But he's also talked about, I don't know if you knew, like two fights ago, he's like, yeah, I want to retire at 32. I don't want to go past 32 because I don't want brain damage, stuff like that. Props to him. He's probably well off. Like, he doesn't need to fight anymore. But I'm just saying, like, one guy wants to be a champion. This guy's 32 now. If he loses, could it be his last fight? Like, he's already said he doesn't want to go past 32, and he's 32 now. So
interesting.
All
right, let's move on to the next one, Mike. We got to speed these up a little bit. We're only halfway through the card. We're already an hour in. All right, next up, this one is a super interesting one, and I actually would like your take first on this one because I saw you posting about it. So next up, we have Mason Jones at minus 135 versus Axel Sola at plus 105. I know you just went on the last one, but I'd like, if you can, go on this one too. What do you think on this one?
I'm a little torn. I was torn on this one because when I look at Axel Sola, I think he's a really good striker. He's got good technical skills, good straight shots, very good footwork. And he's on all the sauce, or I don't know what he's on. I posted this on X. Did you see a year ago what he looked like in a fight compared to
what you
today?
Posted was crazy. I mean, that's not even hiding it.
That's a fight a year ago, man. It's insane what he looks like. Like, he's not even hiding it. Absolutely not hiding it. And he's training with this IFBB pro, like he's a bodybuilding pro. He almost got finished against Imavov, who's a good fighter. Imavov's brother. He got almost finished in round 1 as well. His chin is a little bit. I'm telling you, he's sketchy with his defense sometimes. I don't know what it is.
All right, next fight. Let's go to the next one. We got Curtis Campbell, your guy. This is your man, Curtis Campbell. He's minus 175 versus Danny Silva at plus 145.
Minus 175? I'm going to go bet him.
This is the old one. Sorry, this is on Tapology. I should be using Bet Online.
Excited. I'm like, what? He's minus 235.
All right, minus 235. Sorry, we're going to make Kamwala earn his paycheck on this one. All the pre-week lines.
Yes.
So Curtis Campbell, you and I have talked about him a lot. We broke him down on the Contender Series last year. I also think very highly of Danny Silva. I think Danny Silva is a good guy. I mean, he's got good boxing. There's a lot of things to like about Danny Silva. But this Curtis Campbell guy is fast. He's dynamic. His reaction times. Like, Danny's a very good boxer. He's actually one of the more traditional guys in the UFC in terms of rolling and feinting and kind of how he fights. But Curtis Campbell is more an MMA guy, and he does the push-pulls, the counters, the kicks. But most of all, and I think what we both like the most, is his grappling. And I think with Danny Silva's stance, the way that he stands and the way that he walks forward, he's not really thinking takedown defense first. I think a lot of it is him trying to, take shots on guys. I think Curtis Campbell is such a good chain wrestler, such a good grappler. I think he can handle himself on the feet. I think it's just a matter of time before he gets Danny Silva down, and then you're talking about, Southern Cali Jiu-Jitsu, Chicano Jiu-Jitsu versus a guy who's got a ton of fights. He really is a phenomenal grappler. I like Curtis Campbell in this fight.
Told you, my favorite prospect of Dana White's Contender Series coming through. I love this kid, man. I've said it from day one. Like, he's only 23, and just watching him, he's calm in the cage, very good fight IQ, knows what to do in the fight. Like, just incredible fight IQ, man. Look at the knee he did in Dana White's Contender Series, like along the fence. He's done that before and hurt guys along the fence. His trips are so good. On top, he flows really well. He has good jiu-jitsu. You get up, he's taking you right back down. Cardio's amazing. What are the flaws? Like, I would say the only flaw in him sometimes is he tends to reach when guys are coming forward. He'll reach with his hands. That could catch you later on. But he's also kind of out of range when he's doing that. So I don't think guys can land on him, and he knows that. But, people don't know these names. I'm going to shout them out really quick. But this Alexis Tarsimidis guy, the Greek kid that he knocked out with a liver kick, that kid is really good. People don't know who he is, but that guy just beat an undefeated prospect in Cage Warriors. That Greek guy is a really good fighter. Then you got Sean Perro, who is undefeated, still only one loss. He's a fighting nerd guy. He absolutely dominated that dude on the mat. And then you got this other guy, Mateus Lima, who's a giant 8-1 guy that's at Novo União or Lucas Mineiro, one of those gyms. He's a really good fighter as well. Again, absolutely dominating me. That's the thing. It's like none of these fights are close, dude. None are even close, remotely
This
close.
kid is nasty. His chain wrestling is so good.
And I like Danny Silva, but Danny Silva's too meat and potatoes for a guy like this, man. He's just, it's all hands, some, inside leg kicks he throws, but it's mostly hands. He's not going to be able to out-grapple this guy if he wants to, shoot for a take. And then everybody's like, well, look how close Villejos. Well, Villejos is kind of a one-trick pony, too. All he does is throw big shots on the feet, and he's a boxer.
It was a boxing match.
Exactly. Of course it's going to be close. And he took Villejos. Well, Danny Silva, that's the thing you mentioned. I have to say this. He rolls punches really well. He rolls with them, So when Villejos was throwing these big hooks, he's one of those boxers that's rolling, so he's not taking full impact of these punches. He's going with them. So, yeah, the grappling, man. It's the grappling here. Do I think Danny Silva's the better boxer of these two? Of course I do. But
even striking is different. MMA is completely different. It's different.
Well, even Campbell's kicks are amazing, man. These fast teeps, these head kicks. He's got really, really good
And
arsenal.
with a guy who stands like Danny Silva, that is the thing you're going to go on is the lead leg. You're just going to chop that
UFC
thing.
loves this guy. They gave him fucking pink shorts already in his UFC debut, fighting at home. They know they can market. This guy's Patty 2.0 as far as marketing-wise.
With skills.
Right now. But he's got way better skills. I'm telling you.
Oh,
you don't think he has better skills?
Oh, yeah, times a million.
Yeah,
I've always been critical of Patty's skills.
He doesn't have the skills. Yeah, no. He's got way better skills than Patty, in my opinion.
Mike, the thing about me is I always give it up. When I see a good – even Nathaniel Wood, I picked against him, but the guy is phenomenal. Yeah, this guy is sick.
Pink Panther. I wouldn't lay the price, honestly, because UFC debut, but this is Pink Panther for me. I'll give you guys something. I would sprinkle the sub here at a big price.
I think so, too. All right, next up, moving right along, we have Roman Dolidze. He is, according to Tapology, he's plus 270. And then we have Christian Leroy Duncan. I think he's up in the minus 500 range. Do you have the odds? Do you have odds up?
Yeah, I got odds up. He's Christian Leroy Duncan currently minus 500.
And what's Roman?
Plus 385.
Okay, it's a huge number. What do you think on this one? You go first here.
I think you're a Roman guy, aren't you? You kind of like
No,
Roman.
I don't like Roman.
No, you're opposite. Okay, you're opposite. Yeah, I mean, I think Christian Leroy Duncan's finally figuring it out. I would say I think he's finally fighting a bit smarter, not doing stupid shit. I had him, by the way. I played him at a nice dog price against Marco Tulio, and I told everybody, if Leroy Duncan fights smart, he's gonna pick Tulio apart. Like, he's just a way better striker, right? And that's what he did. And like, he's just a way better striker. He's way more. His athleticism, another guy, is insane, off the chains.
Yeah.
Right. The thing in this fight, though, I have to say this because it's scary. He cannot do his bullshit spinning stuff, dude. He cannot do spinning hook kicks and where he gives the opportunity for Dolidze to catch something, get on. Dolidze is extremely dangerous on the mat. Like, he's going to go for a limb, right? He's going to go for an ankle, something, right? You don't want to put yourself in that position when you don't have to, because on the feet, it's not even fucking close. He is going to absolutely destroy. The speed difference, you want to talk a speed difference in this fight?
It's crazy.
One guy is stuck in mud. That's Roman Dolidze. The other guy is like floating on water, right? So it's insane in this fight, the speed difference. And he's going to be just absolutely, just fight IQ. He needs to be smart. Jumping knees, stuff like that. He doesn't need to do those things.
Well, lucky he's fighting a guy in Roman Dolidze that's also shown a career history of awful IQ decisions.
Yeah, and he does. He does have awful. But the only thing is, you just don't want to give him that one opportunity to snatch a limb. Like, he's good, obviously, with his heel hooks and his fucking knee bars and stuff like that. But yeah, I think Leroy Duncan is honestly 500 might be short here, in my opinion.
I totally agree. Yeah, I think he's going to finish him. I mean, this is a big spot for him. He's got to show out. And like you said, I think he's not going to take those risks because he knows what's on the line here. He's getting fast-tracked. He's going to go for a title soon. This is just a stepping stone for him. Roman's 37 now. And isn't he like splitting time between Vegas and Georgia? Like, he's got a lot going on in his life.
He's actually 38 now, too. He
38.
Yeah, he's 38. Oh, sorry, he's gonna be 38. I'm wrong. July, he'll be 38.
I was gonna say, I just looked it up a minute ago.
No,
but
you're right. I'm wrong.
I got Christian Leroy Duncan too. I think he makes it look pretty easy. Let's move on to the next one. I'm gonna ask you to do this one solo. I didn't have time to tape this one. Iwo Barniaewiecki versus Austin Lane. What are the odds on this one?
It's huge. It's Iwo is minus 600 and the comeback on Lane is 425. I'm not going to go too in depth. Lane is moving down to 205. I don't understand. I don't get it. I made a post earlier in the week. I'm like, I don't even think he's 6'6", dude. This guy is big. He already was kind of shredded. Like, he wasn't fat for a heavyweight. How the fuck is he going to make 205? I just don't know. I really don't know. Maybe he cuts that big ass hair that he has, and that's like 10 pounds. I don't know. But I don't know how he's going to make 205. I really don't. I will say, though, I don't really like, people are raving about this Iwo guy. This guy is a maniac.
I agree.
He's an absolute maniac.
I agree.
I mean, he got hurt very bad against Aslan. We didn't get to see him against Muhammad Ali. Like, he just knocked the guy out with the left hook. Fine.
I still have no idea who this guy is. If this fight happens, I saw your post. You were kind of insinuating that the fight might not happen. At what point is too crazy of a price to go with Austin Lane? I get Austin Lane. I totally get it. But he's an athletic guy. He used to play football. He can wrestle a little bit. And, we saw what he did to Robelis. Like, why can't he do that to a guy who's kind of a jiu-jitsu guy, who's a little spastic and, who hasn't fought outside of round one a lot of it. Who knows?
Because the only reason I would kind of go back against that, because Austin Lane's so long and tall, trying to get this guy down that is a judo guy his entire life is going to be super hard, in my opinion, like getting to his hips and trying to get this guy down. And then upper body is going to be extremely hard against a judo guy. Like, that.
Yeah, but if you're tired, then it doesn't really matter what you do.
That's the thing. I have no idea what this guy's cardio is going to look like if fights extend. I have no idea. I do have an idea, actually. He got knocked out in amateurs when he was on top of a guy, okay, in full guard, and the guy just punched him from bottom and knocked him out. I'm not kidding. Go back and watch it. It's out there. He got knocked out. That's his loss in amateurs. He was on top of a guy in full guard, got knocked out while on top. So
add this to the crazy things that I've seen in MMA.
Yeah, so I don't know. His chin looks fine. I mean, he ate bombs against Aslan. I mean, absolute bombs. And he took him. I mean, he got hurt, obviously, but he took him decently well. The problem is Lane's chin is so shit, man.
He's kind of like Trócoli. The second he takes a shot, he's like, I'm good.
And he's going to probably take – I mean, the way how aggressive this guy is, he's probably going to take a big shot, and I don't think he could take it. And the weight cut, like, I get it.
That will ruin his chin. His age, too.
It's age, weight cut. It's just a bad – I don't know. Austin Lane's probably going to get knocked out. Like, yes, I wouldn't bet this. I wouldn't play this guy in a parlay. Absolutely not. Like, I don't trust Evil. But,
no, he's too unproven. Honestly, there's so many people on this card in big spots that are fairly unproven. We'll both go with Ewo. Let's move on to the next fight. This fight I can't wait for this fight. Next up, we have Michael Venom Page versus Sam Patterson. What do we have odds for this one?
All right. This one right now, currently, it is minus 185 on Page with the comeback of plus 160 on Patterson.
I love Michael Venom Page here. You're probably going to be on the other side, but I'm watching Sam Patterson. Sam Patterson is a big, tall, long guy. I used to actually know him before he made the UFC because he beat some Russian guy. And he's very good counter grappler. He's got very good front chokes. His jab has come a long way. He's super, super tall. But the way that I'm watching Michael Venom Page move, Sam Patterson seems very unsure of his striking. Like, he doesn't set things up a lot. He's just so tall. He touches you from a mile away. I think he was having a lot of troubles reading the movement of Trey Waters in that last fight. Michael Venom Page is so confident. He makes such good reads, like his timing on shots. The way he would not throw against Cannonier and then just decide his timing, he was like almost every time telling him, I'm about to knock you down, and then would do it immediately after. I think his placement, his punch placement, his timing, his power, just his confidence, and then his takedown defense has come a long way. I think Sam Patterson's a better submission guy than he is a wrestler by far. I think this is going to play out on the feet. They're going to have a lot of familiarity with each other. But because of that, I think it's going to go over. And I like Michael Venom Page by decision.
Yeah. Do you think Patterson can get him down?
I don't think so. Honestly, as watching the confidence of Michael Venom Page, and the second thing that's going to make this a big deal is his lateral movement. Sam Patterson's not a mover. He's a planter and he's a long guy, but he's not a mover. And he's going to struggle a lot, I think, with the movement on takedowns. And then once he does get there, I mean, his cage takedown defense has come a long, long way.
Yeah. I'm a little afraid. I didn't tape it too in depth. I only taped like one on each side. I still need to tape this fight more. But I watched the one Holland fight, and honestly, it's a little bit concerning, like with Holland getting those positions against him. And Holland never, ever really wrestles, and he got a couple of takedowns in that fight. It is concerning to me because I don't think Holland's a good wrestler at all. And I know he has a black belt in jiu-jitsu and he has accolades there, but he got him down and he had some really good positions on him. It's a little bit concerning. Again, I didn't go to the other fights. I do remember vaguely Gary getting to his back in round 3 and just kind of holding the position to win the fight. I remember that. I had him by KO against Cannonier just because I thought Cannonier is like over the hills, taking a lot of punishment. He hurt Cannonier, but never really showed urgency like to finish. I don't know why.
He would show off instead of going for the finish.
Yeah, it was very, very weird. I had him by KO there. I'm like, oh, okay, he's going to knock him out now. Nope. He let him off the hook. I'm like, what is going on? So, like, the thing is, I think you're, like, the only person I know that's on Page, which is probably a good thing because the entire world is on Sam Patterson here. He's knocked out 2 guys back-to-back that everybody thought he was going to lose to. I mean, for sure, Barlow. I think everybody was on Barlow in that fight. They did not think Patterson was going to win that fight. And instead of subbing Barlow, he knocks Barlow out. Which
I think Barlow is not good, though. I know everyone was super high on him, but I went back and before that fight watched his technical things. I think I still picked Barlow. but technically he's not a great fighter. He's just
but
athletic and cool nickname.
I will say, and I didn't watch the fight because I had a bet on Trey Waters. That kind of shocked me that he knocked out Waters, because Waters has shown really good chin, really good striking actually from Waters. So I was surprised that Sam Patterson actually kind of struck him there.
No, I think Waters was winning that entire fight, and then just randomly, boom, sunk him. Well,
Okay.
like I was saying, he was having a lot of trouble with the movement, and then just the jab. And if you'd watch that fight back, he kept getting his head snapped back with a jab every time.
Okay.
And I see Michael Venom Page's straight punches. I mean,
yeah,
he's so good.
What do you think? Okay, the last thing I'll say is, again, I didn't really tape this a lot, but what do you think of Venom Page? Like, he's 38, 30. He's going to be 39 actually in a week and a half. But he's moving back down to 70. Why?
Well, he moved up to 185 on short notice. He was not an 85er. You know what's funny is I never liked Michael Venom Page, and then I heard him on Rogan's podcast. He made me such a fan. This guy just loves fighting. He said he'll fight anybody at any of those weight classes. He's just so game. Taking his paychecks, he's probably going to make millions in the UFC before he's all said and done.
I mean, these guys trained apparently together for a very, very long time. I heard an interview. But I mean, I don't. I'm kind of torn on it, but I kind of think it's probably Michael Page. I think the awkwardness, I know they've trained together, but like we've said this so many times, like I don't care what happens in the training room. Like, oh, I beat him, I did that, and then it comes fight day and the guy just steamrolls him, right?
It's who's better under the lights.
Yeah, and plus they're not probably going like super hard in training, knocking each other out and stuff like that.
Depends.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, depends. Yeah, for sure, but. You know what I mean? It's you're wearing shin guards sometimes. You're not like headgear, stuff like that. So it's way different than fighting in an actual fight. Adrenaline is going to be way different than sparring, right? So,
and think about this: Michael Venom Page. Watch when he performs. He's been fighting high level guys, and look how he showboats. He moves around the ring. That guy has ultimate confidence, ultimate faith. Look at Patterson. I know he won against Trey Waters, but he looks like very nervous. Now he's going to be in his hometown.
I need to tape it. I need
massive card, and you have one guy who's going to be shooting basketball in between when you're fighting, and a guy that you've trained with for a long time, and maybe MVP did catch him, right? Sam was probably young at the time, MVP in the twilight of his career. So you're going against a guy who's already beat you up in training. You're in front of your friends, your family, a massive crowd for the first time in the UFC. Like, there's a lot of factors that go into this. I like MVP. I think the dude's a master.
Isn't the hometown guy Page here? Yeah, he's
from
London.
Oh, you're right. Okay, I like him even more.
Page is the hometown guy. I think the other guy's from England too, but not from London.
Okay, I mean, he's an English guy.
Yeah. Page is actually from London, where the fight's going to be at. So, yeah, I'm kind of on your side with Page. I'm not going to bet this fight. I think I'm going to stay off this fight, but I'm on your side. I think Page is still, his gifts as far as speed, athleticism, they're still there. And he's going to use them. And he's got that fucking awkward style, man. So awkward.
I'm watching this and it's so hard for me to read. And that's what I'm thinking is this is a puzzle that Sam, I'm not sure he knows yet. Like, MVP has to have someone that'll take it to him. And I think Sam is almost paralysis by analysis. It's a lot of just thinking too much.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to the bangers. Let's get to the good fights. All right. In the co-main event of the evening, we have Luke Riley versus Michael Aswell Jr. Luke Riley is
minus 255 now. And the comeback on Aswell is plus 215.
All right. Why don't you go ahead on this one? And then I'll finish that one. I'll start the main and then you can close it.
Striker versus striker. We know what's going to happen here, to be honest. I just think they're going to box, right? I think it's going to be a kickboxing fight. Aswell doesn't throw a ton of kicks. He does throw some. This was the first fight I taped because I thought I might get in on a play on Riley, to be honest. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm going to bet Riley here.
Mike, are we working on collab play number 2? Are we working on the second underdog collab play?
We are not. Because I have a different bet for this fight. But I'm going to tell you something about Luke Riley. Like, he's got excellent striking. His boxing is very good, very fast, fluid. very good. But this guy does not have defense, man. He leaves his chin out there to be cracked. Calum Parker, out of all people, hurt him very bad.
That's a legend. Don't you disrespect him.
You go to Alexander Loof, again, hurt him very, very bad. This guy gets hit too much. Last fight, Bogdangrad obviously didn't land anything, but he dominated round 1 via grappling on him, right? Bogdangrad did. I don't think that happens here. That's the thing. He doesn't really have to worry about wrestling from Aswell. I know Aswell's background apparently was wrestling. That's what I heard in the interview, but he never freaking wrestles. Like, it's all boxing. That's the thing with Aswell, though. He's super tough. He's very, very solid, like chin. The only time I've seen him drop was once against the GOAT. You know who the GOAT is?
Probably Kyle Bochniak.
No. The guy that dropped him was Josh Altum.
Yeah, I watched that fight. That was a crazy fight. And I was on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, that's the fight he dropped him. Josh Altum dropped him in that fight. And Altum is a good striker. I'm going to tell you, he's really good. He's a southpaw, too. He's long, kind of similar to Riley. He dropped him in that fight. But for the most part, Aswell kind of dominated the fight outside of those couple of moments. It's just that Riley's chin is very suspect, bro. I'm telling you right now, this guy, I promise you, he is going to get knocked out. It's probably not Aswell because I don't really think Aswell has much power.
I don't know about that. I'm telling you.
Listen, he's an arm puncher. I've seen these guys over and over. He's an arm puncher. He's throwing volume.
Do you know who he fights exactly like? I'm watching this.
Don't tell me the Almeida fight because he fought a one-handed fighter.
No. But he was throwing bombs in that fight. I mean, he was hitting him fucking hard.
He knew Almeida couldn't throw back.
Do you know who he kind of fights like? And you're gonna laugh at this comparison. I'm watching Aswell, even just how he moves. He's just
gonna say.
Who?
Danny Silva?
C-Rod.
Who? C-Rod?
I think he fights just like C-Rod. The high guard, how he holds his hands. He kind of like does the chin up thing. He like paws his hands like that. Watch, you'll see the mannerisms. They're kind of similar.
Yeah, you might be right. It's just that, I don't know, man. Aswell's kind of like he is very similar to Danny Silva in the sense that he's just meat and potatoes. Come forward, very tough, right? Very tough, very hard to get out of there. Never hardly grapples. And he's got good boxing. I will say that he's got good combos. He throws 4 or 5 shots at a time when he's in the pocket. He does need to get into the pocket to kind of throw. But yeah, I mean, I think Riley's too big of a favorite here. Like, there's no way I'm playing this guy that has a chin that I've seen many times being hurt. Is just not a guy I can back here at this price. Is he the better fighter? Yes. Is he more athletic? Yes. But durability-wise, volume-wise, it's all Michael Aswell. Cardio even is probably Michael Aswell. It's skills, yes. I think he's more athletic and stuff, right? Riley, I think he's the better, more dynamic striker. But I can't bet him at these prices. I don't trust him enough. I don't trust his chin enough. This guy, he's going to come against the dude that I will 100% play KO against this guy because his defense and his chin, he's too – you know what type of guy he is, Brandon? He's the one that his mind is only focused on offense. I just want to throw and land. I don't care what's coming back. I just want to land on you. And he does have power.
Do you think he has more power than Balajioki?
No way.
I'm going to tell you guys. I'm going to tell you. And I know I picked against Luke Riley in the last fight. And honestly, watching it back, I felt vindicated because Bogdangrad came out, took him down, just like we said, super easy. And if he doesn't die from that one random thing, he probably does the same thing round 2, same thing round 3. I mean, Luke falls over so easily. And I thought, because I didn't get to watch the fight live, I thought, okay, maybe he came out and showed improved takedown defense and he looked amazing, but he didn't. He just fell over again. And then the bell rings and he gets to start standing. I like Aswell. I think I really like Aswell. The kid is consistent. He's got a very nice jab. In the beginning of that Balaji fight, I kind of forgot they had fought before, and then I'm watching it. He's deer in headlights. I mean, at the start of the fight, you have this massive black man swinging hammers on you, and you can just see his face. He's like, what the fuck am I doing? Where did I go wrong? But then you kind of see him like 2 minutes in. He starts kind of like, all right, I could take that. I feel that. Then he starts backing up Balaji. and he starts touching Balaji, and he's hitting him with these giant. And we saw over the weekend, Balaji can take some shots. I mean, that guy's tough, and he's very skilled. Freak athlete, dynamic. He hits hard, and Aswell took everything that he had to offer and kept pushing him. Then I'm watching round 2 of even round 1 of Bogdan and Luke Riley. Right away, Luke Riley is assuming the back foot position. He's always on the back foot. He's getting walked down by Bogdan Grad. And you mentioned the wrestling thing, and that's something I did want to talk about, because at any point, Aswell could just pull this out, pull this out of his hat and decide to wrestle. Riley's not amazing at takedown defense, and we don't really know what Aswell has in terms of top game, stuff like that. But if he needs to win a round or spend some time or even get Luke Riley tired, that's a big deal. Last thing I'm going to say on this, for me, mostly it's the jab, the pressure, and the chin. It's what I love about Aswell in this fight. Also, his dad is like big in his corner, right? And you listen to the Altum fight. His dad is like, "Fuck you! I'm gonna give you away. I hate you as a son. If you lose this, don't bother coming home." But I have to think some part of me, his dad is gonna watch tape on the opponent. His dad sees the path to victory. At some point, I have to realize that the coaches are seeing what's going on with the Luke Riley tape, and they're going to choose the path of least resistance. Does it happen once they lock the door? I don't know, but I'm hoping they're working takedowns. They're going to introduce this into the game. I think this has the potential to look easy on either side, but I think Aswell's tough. I think he's going to stay there. I like his offensive and defensive style better. Obviously, Riley's an offensive juggernaut. I mean, the kid's got crazy hands, but I like Aswell's just pressure, consistency in this fight. The number's way too big for me. I'm with you there. I like Aswell.
Yeah. I'm going to pick Riley to win, but number-wise, I think you're right.
Craziness. All right, let's get to the main event. And I don't know if I'm not really that excited for this main event, and I hope that it plays out better than I think that it will. So for the main event, we have Movsar Evloev versus Lerone Murphy. Movsar is
minus 275, and the comeback on Lerone Murphy is plus 235. The lines has moved. A lot of money has come in on Movsar.
And it's hard for a main event to say that price is justified. But for so long, I've always felt this way about Lerone Murphy. I've always felt that someday his grappling is going to get exposed big time. And now you have a guy that is such a phenomenal grappler. And I say this, I was watching the Aljo fight, and Aljo is a phenomenal grappler. People don't understand the level that Aljo is. In Vegas, every Sunday, 10th Planet has this big open mat, world champions, all these MMA fighters come. Aljo's one of the best of the bunch. Like, between wrestling and pure jiu-jitsu, he's phenomenal. And you see the way Evloev, you talk about athleticism, some of the things that he was doing, it's freaky. It's like a Jacoby, who's the freak athlete, the wrestler, Jacoby Smith? Like that kind of stuff, like backflips and weird transitions. I think Lerone's a great striker. He's got a phenomenal jab, great lateral movement. I think he's come a long way as developing as an MMA fighter, as a complete guy. But at the end of the day, I mean, he's still getting taken down so many fights. He's making horrible decisions. I think a lot of times in these transitions, even in the Ige fight, we saw him really slowly moving on a guy who was already exhausted. I think Evloev is so dominant on top pressure. One thing that I like, too, is he doesn't spend all his gas tank trying to hold guys down. He almost lets them come back up just to re-wrestle them again, and he continues that pace over and over and over again. Standing, he stays pretty defensively sharp and sound. I like Lerone. I think he's got a lot to offer, but I think his takedown defense is such a big glaring hole, and Movsar is just so juicy, if I would say. I like Movsar here. What say you, Mike? How do we finish the show?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I've been betting against Leroy because you mentioned like his grappling. Like, look at the Dan Ige fight. Okay, it's 1-1. Dan Ige's on top, winning round 3 easily. There's like a minute and 20 seconds left. He's on top. Just hold the position. You win the fight. Ige goes to posture or something, gets reversed, and eventually, what's his name gets up and he wins the fight. Like, he just kind of at the end of the fight, like throws a flurry, looks good at the end, and wins that fight against Ige. But super close fight. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, historically with this guy, he kind of fights close. You know, look at this Tuga fight back in the day. Like, it was a draw. He was getting dominated early until Zabari just gassed, right? I mean, Amirkhani ragdolled him in round
that
one.
was the craziest one. I mean, Amirkhani has nothing on the feet.
And then he caught him with a knee. Listen, the guy is opportunistic. Fine. I bet Aaron Pico last fight, knowing that Aaron Pico could probably hurt him on the feet and take him down. He hurt him on the feet. He hurt him to the body. Go watch the fight. Like, he was hurt pretty bad to the body, running away. He was literally running away from him. And then Pico took him down easily when he wanted. Obviously, he's good at getting up. You know, he got up. And then Pico just doing this plotting shit, coming in and catches this elbow. This I'm not going to call it lucky. I mean, it's a good timing, but it is kind of lucky. Like, what's the percentage you land something like that?
Almost none, and you couldn't recreate it if you tried to. It's
right. It's super low, right? And I think if they rematched, Pico would beat him a good number of times. Just watching that first 2-3 minutes of that fight, right? Pico is easily winning that fight, but he got caught. It is what it is. Evloev is a lot more methodical with his, Pico is a little bit more wild, right? He's throwing these huge shots and shooting. Like, he's not mechanical with his work. He's not smart as much as Evloev is. Evloev is smart. And I think Evloev is, even though people talk shit, I think he's more technical of a striker than a guy like Pico. Pico's wild, right? So, obviously, I don't think Evloev is going to beat Murphy in the standing. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that he can at least hold his own in the standing. He's not going to just get okay. Arnold Allen is kind of a similar archetype to Murphy in the sense that he's a southpaw. He has good boxing. Arnold Allen is very good, and he was standing with him and doing quite well. Actually, he dropped him with a jab in that fight, right, and hurt him. So Evloev, he has been improving his striking. People don't seem to realize that, but when you watch his tape, his striking is getting better and better.
Looks
and
clean.
better.
He's got fast punches. Yeah.
So for me, it's like, because he has the striking, it will open up the wrestling. It's not like he's a one-trick pony completely, right? I think he can open up his wrestling. And, dude, takedown defense for Lerone is bad. Like, let's just say that. Like, it's bad. I think for how I would play this fight is, I think Evloev is the side, because I think he's going to balloon up. He's going to win round one, like, at an insanely high clip, because he's going to
be so dominant. The line will be minus 1,000.
It's going to move up, and he's probably going to do the same in round two. To be honest, it's going to be round. But I think as the fight goes on, I do think something I see with Evloev is he does seem to kind of get tired a little bit. Like, I know it was 3-round fight. I know there was a lot of grappling with Aljamain. He's still kind of won round 3, but it looked like he was gassing a little bit, and that's my concern here, is like later in the fight, because Lerone is kind of a calm guy, even through the storm. Like, he just seems to be calm. He keeps his cardio well later in fights, right? So I think that's the main concern for Movsar, is later what happens. Like, I know the first couple of rounds, I think he wins. But then 3, 4, 5, what happens? Can Lerone turn it around with a big shot, hurt this guy, and then everything changes? I do think the fight probably goes. That's how I see it. But yeah, I lean Movsar to win here. I do. I think he's going to win. I think he's going to win like either 48-47, even 49-46. I do think Murphy is going to win a round or two.
Really? I think this is going to be so dominant, because, this could go one of two ways. Like, Lerone could start working up and we start seeing Movsar slow down, and then the fight gets close. Or we can see like a Dricus and Hamzat type situation where it's just rinse, repeat, because Lerone's not that great at standing up either. Like, his takedowns aren't great, and Movsar doesn't even care if you stand up anyways. That's kind of the beauty of his game. Everyone else, myself included, works so hard to keep people down. He just lets you stand up, punches you on the way up, and then drags you back down, and that's kind of his style. That is exhausting for someone who's fast twitch like Lerone. I think the more that he's going to have to grapple, I think he's going to get more tired as the fight goes, instead of fading together. You
could be right.
All right. That is, we're both on Movsar. That's a long one. That's a beautiful show. Thank you, Mike, so much for coming on and spending your night with me once again. Where can people find you? You have Discord, you have all the good stuff. So tell everyone where we can find everything.
Just Narcocop on X, Narcocop MMA on YouTube. I do a show I'm going to probably do my breakdown tomorrow, even though we did a breakdown today. I'm just going to do a solo quick one tomorrow. And then I got my Lambo Plays podcast on Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern. That's basically just long shot props, stuff like that. And yeah, that's it, man. Happy to break it down with you, my man. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun card. I feel like last week was a really fun card, actually.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, everybody. Go check out Mike's Discord. He has an amazing Discord. A lot of good, solid people in there. Really good picks. Gnome's boxing picks. So much good stuff. You were underselling, I think, your Discord. It's amazing. This weekend's fights are going to be incredible. We talked about this. The fights this year have been so even on the matchups. They've made for some really good fights. All right, that's the show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you next week.